use now. Wait a minute. Just one more step. Okay, I'm ready to go. Good morning, everybody. Good Wednesday morning. So glad you're out there tuned into this, the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. I tell you what, it's a chilly morning. There is definitely frost on the pumpkin this morning. No question about it. And of course, we are coming to you live on 102.1 FM. Thank you for dialing it in, or if you're streaming us, thank you for doing that. WALTmeridian.com. If you happen to lose us on the radio, go ahead and download that app on WALT. You can listen to us on your device, all the great talk radio all throughout the day, right there on your phone, tablet, or whatever you want to listen to, where it'll have it'll have one of those little, the app icons. That's what it's called. So, yeah, download all that good stuff. Or, last resort, nothing else, there's Facebook. All right. Roger along with, say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Hello. Good morning.
Pushing all the buttons on the Facebook there. We get
there you go.
Smile.
Delete button.
Delete button. That would be good. And, of course, that is the voice of the one and only Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
Actually, there's more Charles Frazier.
There is. Awesome.
There's a bunch of you guys out there. Have you ever gotten bills for another Charles Frazier that were not yours?
I think I have, as a matter of fact.
Is that right?
I don't know. I'm going to look through my bills now and say they are.
Now, here's the
I think
test.
that's a good plan. That's not me, Charles Frazier. That's another Charles.
I was going to say, here's a test of intellect. Did you pay those bills?
Well, my wife paid them. So I don't even know. Anyway. What were you sipping earlier? Was that bourbon?
No. This is the morning coffee.
Drinking his breakfast. I mean,
a morning cup of Joe.
You got to start early.
Yeah, that's it. Morning cup of Joe here. So off and running this morning, and goodness me, the news that pops up. Is it possible that Hegseth may be out on the SecDef appointment? Is that what I'm hearing on the news rumor mill?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of social media posts on X this morning. Monica Crowley put something up a few minutes ago with a picture of him back when he served. Says, "Hey, tell your senators to please confirm him." She said, "I stand with my friend Pete." There's a lot of people really hitting those waves early this morning, trying to get in support of Pete Hegseth. And also another news thing.
Hang in there, don't you?
Donald Trump just put up a note earlier this morning. The Fox News Patriot Awards are tomorrow night up in New York, and he is set to receive the Fox Patriot of the Year Award, hosted by Sean Hannity tomorrow night.
Okay.
Shocker.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Who else was in the running?
Who else was nominated? So, but yeah, those awards are tomorrow night over on the streaming platform for Fox Nation. So, yeah, it will be the Patriot of the Year tomorrow night.
Well, and there is, on that same note with the Hegseth, there is a report from CBS that Trump is considering replacing Hegseth with DeSantis. Don't know if that's viable or not, but
that kind of came around the
little rumor that's going around.
I just don't see Ron doing that.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same report. Wall Street Journal is reporting that as well, and a couple of the news outlets. This whole investigation, I guess, from what the sexual allegations that happened, 17 starting to heat up, kind of like the stuff with Matt Gaetz. So, but
there's nothing else news, other than Hunter's pardon. That's all used up now. So
yeah,
so going to something else.
So that would be very interesting. DeSantis.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he did that though.
I don't know. Yeah. That's strange.
Well, he would be very good as well, but I just don't see him leaving this post in Florida at this point.
I wouldn't think so, but you never know.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this wall. The headline from Wall Street Journal this morning says Trump mulls replacing Pete Hegseth with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He's discussing replacing the current Pentagon nominee who faces scrutiny over allegations about his personal life. So that's the big headline from the Wall Street Journal this morning. So
yeah,
we'll see.
That's the big headline. Who's leaking what? That's what we want to know. Who's leaking what?
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. That's a shame. I thought Pete would do a fine job, but I'm not too concerned.
It doesn't mean he's out yet. It means that there's some questions about that.
I mean, the Republicans sit there and they say, "Well, we need to make sure we can defend our even Governor Bill in Alabama. So we need to make sure we can present a good case for our nominee." Hey, if you get the majority, just come in and nominate. Do it. Make it happen.
Well, I think
let him go.
The best man for the job. He's kind of a high-profile guy, and certainly he's got a great record. But I don't know why. It was kind of an odd pick, I thought. Anyway, you're picking a weekend anchor. So I mean, really, is what you're doing, even though that's wrong military back. But
if you look at some of the Secretary of Defense, from administrations past, they've been kind of strange too. Like who was the one that Bush had there? Was it Rumsfeld? Was that who the SecDef was?
Could have been.
Yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah, Hegseth has, since that story came out this morning, he did this on X about 30 minutes ago. He says, "I'm doing this for the war fighters, not the warmongers. The left is afraid of disruptors and change agents. They are afraid of Donald Trump and me, so they smear with fake anonymous sources and BS stories. They don't want truth. Our warriors never back down, and neither will I."
Okay, Pete, you got the job.
so
I put him to. I got my vote.
Yeah, and
they're afraid he might chase woke out of the Pentagon.
Yeah, and there's another story coming out as well. Sources with direct knowledge are saying that the story is nonsense and indicate that they've had enough with games being played on Hex's defense nomination by Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa and Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina. One source said Graham, who has never found a war he didn't want other people to fight, spent the weekend crying to Trump about Hegseth, while Ernst has been running an inside the Beltway campaign to basically go after Hegseth. Sources say the Wall Street Journal article touting DeSantis is a key part of the Ernst Graham operation to torpedo Hegseth because of his foreign policy views and opposition to endless, pointless war. So, two senators are being called out, both, by the way, Republican.
Right. So the Republicans need to just get their house in order, keep it that way, quit doing that.
So there you go, Joni Ernst and Lindsey Graham being put to the forefront. So it seems like they're kind of the two big key pieces behind the scenes here. So
I would just like to say to Donald Trump, if he's streaming us this morning, just stay the course, put it through there, make the process happen. There, the Senate.
Okay. He's listening. I bet.
I don't know. I don't know. There might be somebody in the administration that's monitoring us. I think that would be great, though.
Newsmax just put out the same story that they're hearing the same rumblings about DeSantis. So that's a hot that story's building steam this morning. So
and DeSantis has the military experience for sure, but their Secretary of Defense does not necessarily have to have military experience. Strangely enough.
No, in fact, they have to be out of the military, I think, for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
So they have not served in a certain period of time.
Right.
Obviously, because they'd have maybe biases and
I think Rob would be a good one.
I'd nominate him.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. I mean, you've got a whole list. I seem to go through a lot. When even, since 2019, there's been 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer, Esper, Shanahan, Jim Mattis, Ash Carter.
That was back when I liked
Norquist,
Dick Cheney.
Boyd off, of course.
I thought Dick Cheney was a good Secretary of Defense.
Just a bad shot. Or maybe it's a good shot. I don't know. Bring that up.
Aim, fire. Whoa.
And also, that's back when I liked Dick Cheney. That was, okay. But he's wielded a lot of power in Washington. He knew he's Dick has done well for himself. Anyhow, moving forward, let's see.
We'll see how this goes. I mean, DeSantis to me just does not make much sense for some reason. I mean,
I don't think
he still has how much time left as the governor? What, 2 more years, 3 more years, something like that?
He's got 2 more to finish in Florida, and then he can either think of the Senate, he can think of presidency again, or whatever.
Well, and here's another thing we still haven't figured out is who is he going to appoint as to replace Rubio in Florida when that whole process takes shape. So that story's kind of gotten a little silent here over the last several days.
Which he is also a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be good.
So a lot of moving pieces in every way possible.
That's what happens when you get busy and you form your cabinet early. I mean, he's done a good job. Has any other presidential candidate had so many cabinet positions filled at this point in time in the transition?
He's moved fast.
It doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't seem like it to me.
No.
But it occurred to me, I think about this whole process. There's, you've heard a lot about democracy, the threat to democracy. Who's the threat to democracy? And it occurred to me this morning that, I don't know what it is, but the angels visit me while I'm shaving. Inspiration comes. I don't understand how that happens that way.
Shaving?
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
The angels.
Well, whoever brings the inspiration. It might be just a little
heartburn.
Maybe. I don't know. But the point is, this is how a revolution is supposed to look like in America. We talk about a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what we're experiencing. And this is the way it's supposed to look. It's done through the voting process. It's done at the polling place. And I would hope that the Republicans in the Senate would recognize what I think the will of the people really is. And just not try to take their own and throw them under the rug and eat them up like that. It's just this is a chance for and I'll say that I think that's one thing that Mississippi James says that I agree with wholeheartedly, and the pendulum swinging. It's like, this is the way we bring it back. This is the way we center, and this is how the country has been able to survive all these years. We've had this big push out to the far left. All right, we're crazy times over. Everybody get back off the playground. Let's get back in class and get serious. So this is a revolution, and this is the way it's supposed to look like in our country.
So Lindsey Graham and Joni Ernst.
I'm surprised about Joni. Now, Lindsey didn't surprise me.
No, he's not a big surprise at all.
Yeah.
Whenever he's on Fox, my wife goes, there's Lindsey Graham.
Hey, there we go. Well, maybe Lindsey Graham could be the Secretary of Defense, and we can appoint a new senator in South Carolina. That'd be good.
And so,
well,
I don't know that.
No, I'm just saying, getting him out of the.
I know I said that.
Yeah, get him out of the Senate.
Put him dog catcher.
Dog catcher. Which I don't see him doing that.
No.
Anyway, that's the way it is. Well, here's what I did. I have to tell you a great story I had the other day. I did get in my wife's vehicle, which has its original battery in it. It's been there for about 4 years. And the vehicle did not crank.
Uh-oh.
We were at the house. The vehicle did not crank. So I said, okay. And I had forgotten that it was the original battery, been there for years. So put the jump cables on it, got it started. This was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh.
And so I called Battery One Source, and I said, I'm not a dumb bunny. I don't care what people say. What you think? I'm not a dumb bunny.
Don't be a dumb.
So I called Battery One Source. I said, "Are y'all open today?" Because it was the day before. I said, "Well, we're going to be closing at noon." And this was like 11:15. I said, "I'm on my way. Don't go anywhere." And so I pull up. Of course, we raise the hood to jump the cable off. You have to take off a battery cover, and then you realize the battery's tucked way up in a place in the firewall. You can't get to it. So you really kind of work in there, and then thinking, boy, I would never want to change this battery because you got to take stuff off. Oh, it's a mess. So I get down to Battery One Source to work on it. He puts a little tester on it. Says, "Yep, battery's bad." Kind of thought that since it's so old, but they tested it anyway and made sure before they went to the expense and the trouble of changing the battery out. So he does that. 15 minutes later, he says, "You're ready to roll." And we're still like 15 minutes till 12.
That's
Wow.
That's service right there.
So I'm just telling you this, folks, because I know I hear people say, I've been checking out the battery down there at Sam's, or I've been out there at Walmart, or I should be listing names. Should I? Let me change that. I've been out there checking big box stores, batteries,
store that rhymes with Schmalmart.
and I'm just telling you right now. Battery One Source is your source to go to for not just the batteries of quality and price, but also good down home service.
That's right.
So that's what I say is about Battery One Source.
Well, you said a lot. 2618 North Frontage Road is
Personal
where they
testimony.
That's right. Love it.
Testify.
Reach it.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
In between exit 152 and 153, all you got to do is call them 601-693-1500 or go down and see them before they close. Of course, they're open 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. They've got batteries for every need and description, including Roger's Weiss car. Roger's Weiss car.
Yeah,
that one too.
Yeah, it's called an Infinity.
It's called an Infinity.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
All right.
That's how long you take to pay for it. I think that's what I call that. And that's how long it would take me to change the battery. If I had to change the battery, I'll tell you that.
All right.
That's it. So, Battery One Source right there. And by the way, the number, because I remembered it, so that's why I was able to call them and make sure they were open. And it was 693-1500.
That's the one.
601-693-1500 for Battery One Source. Thought I'd help you with that with Charles there since I had that personal testimony.
Mark Levin just sent out a message a few minutes ago on X. He said, "These two Republican senators are disgraceful, and we won't forget Graham and Ernst. Sleazy DC smear tactics."
Oh,
Mark Levin.
Come on, Mark. Oh, life, liberty, and living.
Wow.
Isn't he joining our lineup on our show?
We're thinking about it.
I bet he yelled that out. He
always
yelled. You know that? He's never a quiet.
So what is this problem? What is this problem you have with yelling?
I should have read I should have read the tweet like that. These two Republican senators are disgraceful. That's what we won't forget. Senator Sleazy D.C. Smith tactic.
Come on.
Sleazy.
I like the word sleazy. All right, we got a caller on the if we haven't broken their eardrums, we have a caller on the line.
Yeah.
Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning. That Mark Levin reminds me of what was it on Saturday Night Live tonight's news for the hard of hearing.
Oh, yeah, that was old Morris.
Sleazy D.C. Smith tactic.
Of course, we have for our hard of hearing, our, whatever. And
Yeah. Our top story.
It goes back a few years. I just wanted to call and comment about Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is, do y'all remember how many times he's berated Donald Trump and just sort of cussing him?
Mm-hmm.
He's about as flam as, I guess Joe Biden's credit, isn't he?
Well, here's the story. They're back there. They're back there in some back room, and some of the, you can call them rhino Republicans, or you can call them just basically, there's other names we won't use right now, but the back room, they're having to say, we've got to get our party back from this guy.
Probably so.
That's their.
Lindsey Graham's part, right?
You've got a vein of those Republicans that are like, how embarrassing that this man has come in and really just kind of taken our power.
And then you see him down at Mar-a-Lago. I just got done playing around the call for the president. Oh yeah, you're down there kissing the ring just like everybody else is, you know. So,
I just hope Donald Trump remembers all those accusations and inflammatory things that are thrown by these people.
Oh, there's one thing we know about Donald Trump. He ain't scared.
And he won't forget.
and he's not going to forget.
And he
it.
doesn't forget. Yeah.
Anybody that just gets through being shot and jumps up and says, fight, they're pretty much they're a power to behold, put it that way, or a force to be reckoned with.
Well, I mean, look at all these picks that he's made so far for a lot of these cabinet positions. These are non-establishment folks. I mean, they are not drenched in swamp like his last picks were. If you remember a lot of those last picks, how they all turned on him.
That's the revolution. The revolution is not just the Republican being in control, but the right Republican Party, a new Republican Party.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this while I got you on the line. Pete
Excess.
Could the Democrats really stop him from being appointed to that position? Do they have the votes?
I don't think the Democrats would, but if you have some idiot Republicans in there that want to act like they got a better plan, then yeah, that could stop it.
Yeah, it sounds like we got at least two of them. So,
and there's two right there. Yeah.
And what's Joni Ernst doing? I don't keep up with the news that much.
Yeah, she's the senator out of Iowa. So,
as far as a Republican,
yes.
So, well,
on paper.
Yeah, on paper, she is.
Okay. Well, that's one thing the Democrats get the Republicans beat. They stay united.
Yeah.
And no matter what. I mean, do you hear them come up and right now and support Biden's pardon of his son? You know, that just absolutely floors me. Well, most people don't recognize that for the last 10 years, he's involved in everything that he did.
Well, maybe that's what the Republicans haven't done as well as the Democrats, and that is the Republicans have not gone into the Democrat Party to be Dinos. Democrats in name only, and kind of disrupt their program. So that would be something that may be a strategy we should look at going forward.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think China Mart, the dollar stores, Walmart and the dollar stores and Dollar Tree are really going to start hurting after January. And all I can say is, oh well, it's about time. It's going to hurt for a while. Things are going to cost more, but the only reason that stuff is cheaper is because they've not been paid their fair share, and that's not going to be very popular here in the coming months. It's not at all. But That's just part of it, I guess, to get things on the right track.
Someone texted your old gas pastor's listening. They said, Iowa, IWOA, idiots out walking around. That must be where Johnny's from. What act- yeah. All right, thank you.
The hash is
Don't. No. Now, Lefty, you can call in, but don't poke the bear, okay?
no, sir, buddy. I'll tell you right now.
All right, you have a good day.
Show this weekend. What y'all want to do?
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah,
Me and him both appreciate the finer things in life.
he might be able to squeeze another one into his trunk. Anyway.
Right now, if y'all ever have any problems with any firearms, he's the man to see because he can tell you what it needs, where to get it, and how it functions. And he's a walking encyclopedia.
I'll tell you what the gun needs. It needs somebody with a finger on the trigger is what it needs.
Yeah, that's it. I have 138. I won't forget that.
Oh, man.
I'll have a pistol. And yeah. Yeah, have a good one. I'm listening in.
All right. Thank you. I'll call you too. Here at 601-485-9191.
Looks like Senator Rick Scott, he was one of the senators that met with Hegseth this past week. He says, I met with Hegseth, and one of the reasons I support him is that he has led his fellow servicemen and women in combat. I support President Trump's pick and look forward to his swift confirmation. So, and I like how some of the
way they just derailed and scram.
I like this report here. It says unverified reports about the Hegseth dropping out. So, somebody stirred a pot and trying to get that story.
Well, we got that. Well, and the way to kick that out is Trump coming out and just saying, I'm not reconsidering anybody.
Yeah.
Except for Gates.
Except for Gates. Yeah, the Gates.
Well, we are reconsidering one, maybe.
Yeah, the Gates was not going to happen. Yeah.
All right. It's Mornings in Meridian. We're listening to the 2 best hours of local live talk radio. We are talking national politics. There's some local stuff to talk about. Hey, Duck, be careful.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful out there. All right. We'll talk about that more when we come back. Stay with us.
star. The Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, there you go. Hey, but the theme from the Beverly Hillbillies there. Well, what? Well, it's the birthday of Jethro. Yes, Max
Hey.
Bayer, who played Jethro. Guess what? I should say Max Bayer Jr., 87 years old today. Wow.
Hello.
Hey.
And of course, he's a Vegas guy. He's been in casinos, things like that.
Has he?
Done quite well for himself, I think.
Quite well.
But anyhow, so happy birthday. If today is your birthday. Jeff Bridges, by the way, 75 years old. Jeff Bridges, 75. Wow. Okay. All right. Happy birthday, Jeff. And of course, the list goes on. Look down there. And of course, there's Marissa Tomei. We remember her from My Cousin Vinny. She turns the big 60 today. So there you go. Happy birthday. If it's yours, go get yourself something nice. If nothing else, go down to the Magnolia restaurant and have a nice hot breakfast or a nice hot lunch.
That's right. And today we got chicken and dumpling.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds good. That'll
I like
take it still off right there.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, hamburger steak, fried or grilled pork chops, chicken tenders, the veggie plates, the biggie burger. How big is that one?
Huge.
It is huge, humongous hamburger.
It's 2 meals in one. That's 2 meals in one.
Maybe 3, depending on how hungry. And of course, they've got the long haul breakfast as well. If you're a long haul truck driver, even if you're not, that will keep you going all day long. All you got to do is drive down to 250 to the Queen City Truck Stop in the Magnolia Restaurant. Now, if it's lunch hour, give a call, and by the time you get up there, that food is ready to go. So it's just that easy. 601-482-0259 is their number. Like I said today, they got chicken and dumplings. Can't go wrong with that. Check them out. The Queen City Truck Stop, the Magnolia Restaurant, exit 150, 601-482-0259.
You know, we see the Beverly Hillbillies rolling into, Beverly Hills in that old Model T truck or whatever, Model A truck.
Yeah.
Thinking, no cover on it. It's good for California weather. But how they get all the way from Tennessee without having that cover? Yeah, that's just not sure how that all worked for them. I don't know. Anyhow, it's Mornings in Meridian. Glad you're out there. We want you to be on the show. We put our number out there so that you can dial it up, 601-485-9191. All right, Uncle Jed. Good morning, caller.
MAGA morning, true American patriots. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. I used to love to watch the Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
I fantasized a lot about Skinny Dick, Ellen May, the cement pond. Then I got to thinking about old Granny.
Oh,
Yeah, the old Granny with that 12-gauge twice barrel, and I thought, yeah, House, you might better just be a critter. Hey, oh, here's my new critter. House. There's a hole in it, but he just bothers everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta keep him.
Somebody turned in the radio and heard Has say skinny dip, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a minute!
Oh,
Where's this?"
family show.
With Ellie Mae.
Ellie Mae, yeah.
Oh my God,
He wanted to sing that.
good old from Clyde, Louisiana.
You wanted to sing that old Johnny Cash song to her. Because you're mine, I'll pull the twine.
Well, a big fantasy, a big dream that cost me more than a little look. And I'm looking at Marjorie Taylor Greene and the new Corvette driveway. The other night when I saw Stan, I said, "Hey, I saw her just like, hey, fat boy, yeah, you in that red fur suit. This is the list." No, but on a serious note, let's get this party started. Let's talk about the school shooting yesterday.
All righty.
Yeah, let's talk about the school shooting. How much more?
Now, wait, let's qualify there. Excellent. Let's fill in the gaps and tell exactly what it is there, Rob.
Hang on 1 second. I got the info right here. Of course, it happened out at Meridian Community College yesterday. And one person is in stable condition. It happened yesterday morning about 10:40. The MCC campus police chief Casey McElhaney confirmed a male victim was shot during MCC's campus around 10:40 yesterday morning. The victim is in stable condition and receiving necessary surgery. The victim is still in the ICU at a local hospital. The details are being gathered. The suspect fled the scene. The victim also attempted to drive to a local hospital. The vehicle he was traveling in wrecked. MPD cleared the wreck, and the victim was then transferred to a local hospital via private vehicle. The person who was shot at is a student at MCC, but it's unknown if they were on campus to attend class. MCC police say this is a targeted attack, and there is no danger to the public. The investigation is still ongoing. That last part right there, there's no danger to the public.
But yes, ma'am,
No danger to the
No
public.
danger to the
exactly
public.
right. It's bull pudding.
Oh,
If
man.
one of them stray bullets will kill you as good as an aimed shot.
Come on.
How much more of this crap that we have to take?
Yeah.
Where does it end? Somebody's kid has to get killed at school by a stray bullet? One of these Northwood hotties with plenty of that kind of money gets hurt or killed? Maybe somebody can bring some power to bear. You know, it's regrettable that this city, no bigger than it is, has had 13 murders this year. Yeah, in Jackson, they had 100 or right about 100 murders. And yet, what are we going to do? We just going to sit here and whine and complain that, oh, there ain't nothing can be done. No, nothing can be done unless you want change. And you've got people in positions of power and authority in this administration that absolutely act like they don't care. What about the citizens? We're the ones paying the bills. You know, their constituents, how much are they funding the city?
What needs to happen?
Well, I'll tell you what needs to happen. They need to get rid of the mayor, the city council, and the chief of police and put people in there that can do the job, that have the qualifications, that actually want to serve the citizens. That's what needs to happen. But we're going to sit around and some innocent person is going to pay the ultimate price because they don't want to call it what it is. And yes, Ruth, I'm talking to you. These are your people.
Well, the thing about this,
Preach that sermon in the projects and in the hood.
the problem you have there is that the police, no matter which police chief you have or the mayor, they respond to shootings.
That's right. They can't prevent it. I understand that. I've got you there. But the camera tree and the little flashing blue cutie light is not going to do it. And this other one cut in, oh, Meridian is a sitter, and the Lord God is just one. No, all that propaganda pales in comparison to the truth that can be proved, the provable truth. How many people have already heard that story that happened yesterday on social media and contacts and everything else?
We've got to find a way.
20th Street Extension yesterday. I did not see the wreck, but I saw the wreck and the police cars there and all.
But we don't.
It was a nice car. It was like a Dodge Challenger. How do these people afford those kind of cars?
Yeah. Well, the problem is you have too many thugs that know that they can basically do what they want to do. And so one thing we need to do is find a way, whether it's legislative, whatever it takes, we've got to find a way to take the teeth out of organizations with lots of money and lawyers that want to come in and interfere with the punishment of youth, no matter what color they are.
But here's the problem with that: we've got to have leaders that are going to be able to have a what between their legs, stand up to it, and institute the change. You know,
here it is. This is a shooting on a school campus.
Mm-hmm.
That needs to be a federal investigation. Probably people that had bombs on that campus that may be a felon, may have stolen bombs. It needs to be a federal investigation, and they need to go down hard before a federal judge.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing now is not working.
Yeah.
I want everybody to hear that. What we're doing now is not working. And all the prayer comes and balloon releases and flowers and teddy bears at the funeral is not changing it, folks.
There you have it.
Do you want to live in a town where you feel safe and you can go shopping and you can enjoy your life here, or do you want to live in a damn war zone? And if I was a rich man or had me, I'd put this piece of crap in the rearview mirror. Now, all the propaganda they put out about Meridian, their place to get off the old school board, it ain't going to offset the crime and the shooting. Now, and like you said, you got to have people with something, with some stones.
Here's one you'll like, Kaz. Here's one you'll like. But this is happening everywhere.
Oh, yeah. But we're supposed to just let it happen everywhere.
Mm.
You got Jackson, Mississippi, about 80% white. Those people are killing each other. It's a race thing. It's a culture thing. Oh, you think I got dang well did say it. That's what it is. That is the truth. And we're having the same thing in Meridian, but it's on a smaller scale. How many Meridians would you fit in Jackson? All right? 13 murders. Let that sink in now. 13. And nothing is going to be done. And our answer to shopping downtown is the white trees, man. That's what make us all just feel safe and warm and cuddly and everything else. No, it is a joke because you've got people that are not qualified to run this city.
Mm.
Roger that.
A little fired up this morning.
Worked up.
Mornings at Meridian, we want to make sure that we take time to announce that there is a great place to go should you be driving down the road and a rock fly up and hit your windshield, or maybe a stray bullet. Either way, whatever cracks the glass on the windshield, don't worry. There is a place that they can professionally take care of it, get it done right, and you'll love the service that they give you there at A&A Glass right there on 22nd Avenue, or 22nd Avenue and C Street, by the way.
That's right. Adam and Adam got it going on. Doing glass replacement company here in town. Have been for 10 years running. I think they know what they're doing at this point, and of course they are at 17 22nd Avenue. Also called Seal Award. Calhoun Parkway. Indeed. You know where they are. Just down the road from the sheriff's department.
Ted agrees with that.
All right. All right. Listen, for Monday through Friday, A&A Glass. They work with your insurance company, fast, friendly, efficient. I mean, they've got great shirts. They've got it going on over there in A&A Glass. Go check them out. And you don't get that little peck fixed before it becomes a big crack.
Just a simple fix will take care of that. We'll keep that from spreading and making it where you have to get a whole windshield. Exactly. Very well.
A&A
Glass, 601-485-9191 is our talk line. Good morning, caller. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. Joe, we have to also deal with gender bias. We're going to invite a doctor, what's her name over at the college, to talk about the raising of these children, these girls, 12 years old and older, in these houses that they're living in here in Meridian. She has the statistics and everything. When are we going to get her on to talk about what we're going to do about these children that are being raised by their fathers and stepfathers and stepbrothers and brothers and boyfriends and people that they know? When are we going to have a conversation about that? Now, the other thing, let me just go on. I think Dr. Spiegel is her name. She's with Toby. She and Toby are friends. We need to get that on also and talk about that and how are we going to protect these girls? All right, how are we going to protect the girls? All right, now let's get to the whole thing. I am totally in terms of the pre-medicine. One of the problems that we're having is that in our town, it didn't just start with this administration. Everybody, I call it instinctual job kinds of things. Everybody who has a decent job is related to somebody else who has a decent job. So you have all of these people who are coming into these very jobs who are not qualified ever. The white ones were qualified people. You just give them a job and then to all rally around this particular person to make sure that this person knows what to do, and we just put this person's name on it. We were kicked out of the science fair. I wasn't here at the time, but it was all over the country because the name that was on the science project, the name that was there, the child did not do it, and usually they would just think, we this is Mississippi that's gone, but what's the difference? Fortunately for us, some people came and they said, all right, now if you did this project and you know the answers because they are memorizing the answers, all right, you know the answers. Now we're going to ask you these questions over here, and if you understand the concept of what you've done, you should be able to answer these questions. And that's not the course. We didn't know it was all over Mississippi. They did not have a clue. They knew all the answers to. They had been drilled, and people go into the audit by the science project, the board, and the teacher will help. And the mother will help.
Ruth, are we talking about somebody getting kicked out of a science project, a science fair?
No, the science fair. No. We were kicked out. Mississippi was kicked out. They caught us cheating because they said these students did not do these projects. Because if they did, we would know they would be able to answer these questions. And like I said, there's so much that we don't know, and I'm sure you haven't even heard about it. But it happened even before I came, and so I think we were letting it again now, but we're still doing it again because about 5 years ago, I was really upset. I didn't be buying all kinds of things so that they could do the science for the son, and then to bring him on the answers and that kind of thing. And I said to her, it's been kicked out once before. Do you really want to go this route again? You need to get somebody who understands the project, or what you need to do is just get another project. They're not ready for this because people were saying, "Well, how in the world can they do this and this and this?" But no, let me move on to the other part.
Okay.
We're talking about these jobs. That is our problem. That is our major problem. And what needs to happen, like I said before, there needs to be a national search. All right, you need to put it out there on the internet. We are looking for a chief of police who has done X, Y, Z. We don't even know what it is. We don't even know what it is. We don't know, but at least what we can do is to go out searching for somebody.
That would be your mayor's job. That would be your mayor's job. He selects the chief of police.
Well, no, but that's what we have to put the pressure on because again, like I was saying before, you can't fire anybody because basically, and that you start with this administration, you've been doing it forever. The jobs are going to people who think this friend or this relative.
So we should put pressure on the mayor.
And I agree with you. That's one thing I really agree with you about is yes, let's get the best police chief we can find and put pressure on the mayor in order that he does that because that's the way we start solving this problem.
How are you going to be firing your best friend or your friends this and this and this? That's why we can't move off the bottom of the ladder here. And like I said before, it did not start with this administration. It's been going on long time ago. All right, that's just how we live.
All right, very good.
We will continue to be on the bottom. We will continue to be on the bottom because everybody is related to everybody else. And you can't be firing your mother-in-law and cousin and all of these people.
All right.
You need to go on out here and bring some people in who know what to do.
Brother.
All right, yeah, that's it. Okay.
Well, I'm serious about it, but I agree with him. That's what it said. My people, we are American. We are Meridianite. And so it is, like in Meridian, you have the African American population is heavily, you have more here. I can't remember what it is, but we need to be thinking about ourselves as Americans. All right? And
it's our collective problem.
Stop thinking about the racial thing.
Yeah. Everybody needs to think that way. Everybody needs to think that way. That's exactly right. All right. All right. Did you enjoy your time on our show today? Did you?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have a great day.
Stop talking about my people and their people and its people.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That would be great. Yes. All right. Thank you. Good job. All right. Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. I want to tell you right now, we've said it once, we've said it twice, we probably have said it 100 times, and you're listening. We appreciate that. To get a good deal on a Toyota, you just simply take that short drive up to Philadelphia, and you go to a place called, pretty easy to say, Doc's Toyota.
Doc's Toyota. It's easy to say.
It is.
Roll.
Toyota.
That's right. All kinds of 2025 Camrys, Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundras, Highlanders, Prius. It's
Pre-I.
Oh, the Pre-I. And, of course, the Land. Good-looking vehicle there. And of course, they have a huge, very large selection of pre-owned inventory, all but the rigorous point Toyota inspection process. So you know you're getting a good quality used vehicle.
Absolutely.
That's important. And of course, you can check out all their inventory online at docstoyota.com or take a drive up to Philadelphia, see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
And their service department is second to none. If you need your car serviced, bring it up there. Even if it's not a Toyota, they will take excellent care of you. Go see them, Highway 16 West, Doc's Toyota. They've got all, every dealership has a deal.
Mm-hmm.
They got a air fryer. I don't
you
get
get
a toaster.
No.
Don't need any of that stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, out of all those deals there is,
no deal like a Doc's deal. Absolutely. All right, we got a caller on the line. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Morning.
I was listening to some of the callers on the way to work and everything. I'm not from Meridian at all. I've been staying there for about 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I work out in Philadelphia, and I was listening to about the problems that was at college and everything. And man, it's just kind of like how you guys took the problem university. One of the callers was saying that it was need to hire a new police chief and a new mayor and new people in, but they're gonna face the same problem. I think it's more so of a work thing. People are going to steal and rob from other people because they don't have. So if there's more jobs in the city, then that's how you prevent like crime. To me, just from being here in my short time, it's always going to be crime. It's always going to be something going on. I don't think it's a black and white thing. I think it's just a people thing. It's all over. Even out in Texas, the same thing. They just need more jobs. And when you bring more jobs and more opportunities to a city like Meridian or Jackson, that's how you prevent like the crime and everything else from happening. Because people are going to get guns, whether it's legal or illegal, legally or illegally, they're going to get guns. Some people are going to get mad and they're going to shoot each other or kill each other. That's just one of them things that's going to happen in university. But what doesn't happen in university is opportunity. So if you put opportunity in the city like Meridian, that's how you prevent crime and drugs and everything else from happening.
Okay.
That's just my 2 cents from staying here.
We thank you for sharing your 2 cents with us. We appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Mornings in Meridian. We'll take a quick break. Come back. It's Fox News. We're going to join them right now.
Said that he's changed.
Welcome back to Mornings in Meridian, the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio. Right here in East Mississippi, West Alabama. Roger B. along with my main man from Meehan, Rob Atkinson.
Good morning.
And of course, we have Charles Fraser.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. We're glad you're out there tuned in. Been talking about a lot of things on national politics, local politics, local events, local shootings, you name it. We've been having conversations. This is coffee. This is coffee. All right.
Yeah,
All right, we got a caller. Our caller, let's do it this way. 601-485-9191 is our talk line. But before we go to our caller, let's tell folks about Trucker Supply. There's no place to go for Christmas shopping better than Trucker Supply because everything there, you want it. You do. You want everything they got.
Pretty much everything they got. 20 days till Christmas.
Count them down.
You're going to Trucker Supply Christmas. One-stop shop for all your trips to get the cannabis tools like Analog, steroids.
Very nice. I use them regularly. Good stuff.
And of course, they've got a full room. I mean, it is a Milwaukee Tool Super Center.
I use Milwaukee tools.
Do you really?
That I got at Trucker Supply.
Made right here in the state of Mississippi.
I like it.
Love that. Of course, they've got that in those interchangeable batteries. The whole system that you're buying. Wow. But you're locked and loaded there.
Well, I did. Like the drill driver. You go click that battery in.
Okay.
Off you
go. Okay. Yeti mugs. They got those too. Coolers, lunch boxes. Even got Yeti dog dishes. Get something pooch for Christmas. Go see Tool Central, Trucker Supply, 519 Highway 19 South. Car's been doing it since 1969. 55 years. Go see the cars, add truckers, and make it Trucker Supply Christmas.
On Highway 19 here in Meridian, right next to McDonald's.
Old North.
That's it. That's the one. To the phones we go. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Real good. Thank you for asking.
Well, the last caller couldn't be, more wrong, and they probably not aware of all the situation. First of all, the saying shooting all the time and shooting everything is not a black or white thing. I mean, hadn't looked at the percentage of what's what. Who's doing it there? So that's incorrect. And then if I had a job opportunity, Roger, are you still looking for employees?
No, I'm not. I'm not now. I was, but I just decided to close the shop. I just decided.
Yeah. You're always looking for a good employee, aren't you?
That's right. Getting rid of the bad ones, looking for the good ones.
Well, there's places all over town. Every convenience store you see has got a sign hung out.
You know it.
Every restaurant is big. The new restaurant that opened down here by Massive Peach Stand barely do their grand opening because of lack of employees. Crystal Hamburgers out there is shut down right now because of lack of employees. So that's not what it is. It's not opportunity. The thug stuff that's doing this kind of thing want to lay up in bed all day, working their own hours. They can make 3 or 4 times selling drugs what they can do working at a convenience store. So that's not going to fix the problem. You got to have punishment for the crime, and doing away with not having punishment for years and years has led up to a lot of this. But anyway, the opportunities are there. Unemployment across America is everybody's looking for employees, So, and then if the city council, the mayor and city council, was at all serious, and they're lying to you, they're lying to everybody. If they were at all serious about wanting to do something, I mean, when you go onto the campuses and do your shooting, if they were at all serious, they would call up Ford Calhoun today. So, Ford, we're going all in with the drug task force. We're going to get back in. It was stupid of us to have ever pulled out and held back from this. Drugs are the root of all most of these problems.
You think they could use some of that how many $12 million for the police department?
Yeah.
They use some of those funds to rejoin the task force?
If they don't do that, drugs are it. The drugs, and it won't get it all, but it would get so much of it cracked down on this drug. And they said, no, we're not worried about that. So that means they're not worried about the citizens. They have no care about stopping the crime that's going on until they get back in the drug task force all in and say, we're going to make a difference. Then they're just talking out of both sides of their face. they could do something about that. I work up here. My wife lives here. My grandkids live up here. We have a dog in that fight. Everybody comes into this town and has to face stuff like this that's going on, has a dog in this fight. And the city and the city council sit back, giving lip service, and won't put their money where their mouth is. Get back in the drug task force, go all in on it, and make a difference on the drugs, make a difference on the crime. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, that's Mornings at Meridian. You too can be part of the show by calling 601-485-9191.
I will say one thing about, when the shooting happened out near campus yesterday morning, my phone obviously blew up because everybody knows my connection with Meridian Community College. I've been working out there for a long time, calling ball games. And I just got to commend Casey out there, Casey McElhaney. He's the police chief there for the campus police. He's got a good phone there. Guys, you have to remember, that is a tough challenge on a college campus, especially like MCC, because it's so many wide open spaces on that campus. And this incident happened at the Adult Education Building, the Ralph E. Young Center, which I believe, if I remember correctly, I believe that's right across the street from the main campus, because you have those buildings are right across the street from the main campus. They've got the multi-purpose building, that used to be the grocery store that's right across campus. Now they have the new sports complex that's going up across campus. So it is a very wide area they have to cover. And it's a challenge, and it's all wide open. It's not gated.
And then they have a downtown campus.
That's Mississippi State. So, and then for a campus police force, that is a challenge. So, but
it is. And it's called a school shooting. I don't know how accurate that is. It was a student, and for all we know, they could have been just traveling through. I don't know exactly where the shooting occurred. It's so many.
That's why I wanted Rob to describe it when the caller called in and said school shooting. I want to describe it because it's a shooting on campus, not
was it on campus.
It was the way it was reported yesterday from Cash Matlock, Queen City News Feed. It was on campus near the Ralph E. Young Center for Adult Education building. That is technically on campus because that is a part of the campus of MCC. Of course, we all know the main campus, obviously, the Ivy Hall area, right there by the flagpole. That's in a lot of people's minds, that is main campus, but still technically this is on campus property. So that's why you have to phrase it that way. But the Ralph E. Young Center for Adult Education is technically across 19 on the other side of the main campus. But still, whenever you report on something like this, it still technically is on campus property. So, but it is I've worked out there full time before. I've had an office out there before. It is a rather, it's a large college campus, for Meridian. I mean, it is expanded. I think MCC has done a great job of expanding the campus to these other areas. They got the Workforce Development Building, which is down the road, the old Walmart. They have to cover as well. So it is it's a lot different of an area than what it used to be of having to cover. And thank the good Lord, there have not been a lot of incidents like this in the past, which is great.
All right, let's take a phone call here at Mornings at Meridian. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hey, Slay. What's up?
I wish Chuck was more passionate about this.
Yeah, it's hard to get him. Hard to get it out of him, isn't it?
Yeah, he's holding back too much, and it'd be good for him to just release and let it go.
Yes.
But,
cleansing conversation.
but I hate to change the subject, but let me ask you guys something.
Yes, sir.
Based on the situation as it is right now, do you think Biden, the President of the United States, would have the audacity to pardon himself for the past 40 years?
Yeah. Everybody did that. I think he's got the audacity.
How can somebody with such an ego even think they needed pardoning for the last 40 years?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, he's gonna face some payday here if he doesn't, because that's too much. The evidence is there, so it's just interesting. I'm just curious if he would have the audacity to do something like that. I think I'll have to agree with you. Yes, I think he would.
Yeah. That's
an
interesting thought.
The other side of that is what backroom deals are being made, say with the Trump team, that would prevent that sort of thing from happening. and that's the way politics works. And you'd like to think that Trump is apart from that, but that's a lot of times what happens.
What's best
I'll
for the
do
country
this.
going forward?
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
How many Democrats can we have on our side going forward when the important votes come up?
Now, some of the important votes would be against Democrats. I wonder if you can count on their loyalty to whatever they agree on. So, anyway, just a thought. And let me say this about MCC is a true asset to this area.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful place. They're doing a great job there, and I just hate that this took place to a student on campus, and based on the reports I've seen, it was a targeted thing. It wasn't a drive-by. I just hate that it happened, but I just want to say hats off to the president of MCC and all the faculty staff and 99.5% of the students out there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. 601-885-9191.
He gave Tom a compliment.
Tom. Welcome to Compliment Tom Day.
Oh,
all right.
I gotta talk good about my other boss.
There you go. We talk about lame duck presidents, what they can do. Let's go back to 1992 on this day.
Oh,
keep in mind this would be after William Jefferson Clinton was elected to the White House, but not in office yet.
I love Hillary.
Yeah, well, that was one of his many lies. Anyway,
well, we knew that. Come on, you're right through that.
But President George H.W. Bush ordered 28,000 troops to Somalia on this day in 1992. And I can't even point to it on the globe. I don't know where it's
Somalia?
Somalia. Okay. Is it next to
Ethiopia?
Is it in that northern part of Africa there?
Near Djibouti.
Hey, you're personal with me. You don't know me well enough. You don't know me well enough to go there.
Okay.
Watch your mouth.
You don't know what's next to my booty.
All right. Moving on.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
28,000 troops to Somalia. Forgot about that.
Wow.
And that was during the lame duck session.
It was. Yeah, there was no much humanitarian crisis there.
Yeah.
So they were trying to kind of resolve that. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Uh-huh.
Well, guys, big news this morning. Looks like the final congressional seat has finally been called.
That's time.
In California. We have a flip in the Congress. The 13th congressional district has been flipped to Democrat. So the final tally is 220 Republican, 215 Democrat.
Of course, we're going to lose 3 of those seats.
You're going to lose Stefanik, Waltz, and Gates. And remember, those are all Republicans. So we'll see how that all shakes out in special elections.
So is Gates going to stay, though?
No.
Well, he's already said he's not.
Oh, okay.
The problem with that is the special elections are in April, which gives you a whole session without that clear. There's still a majority, but it's a majority of 1 or 2, maybe.
Yeah.
Very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that's your new house going ahead.
My new house. Okay.
But interesting what Chuck said about Biden possibly pardoning himself. Well, pardon me. And you don't know
what Jimmy said about that.
Who did I say?
Yeah, said Chuck, I think.
Oh, Jim. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll make
well, there's similarities because they both have a hard time expressing themselves.
Of course.
That's what it is. I know. It's confused the 2 of them. That's right.
But I think that Biden, how old? He's 80 years old. He's looking at what his legacy is. Now, his legacy right now is that he's created generational wealth for his family through his connections with Ukraine and gas and all that kind of stuff. And so he's done that. But what about his name? Well, his name is not the greatest anyway. So, he doesn't have a whole lot to lose as far as his legacy goes by pardoning himself. He's accomplished what he wanted to. He set up his family with a lot of money and self-pardon. Maybe it's on the boat. I don't know.
Plus, he saw how popular mugshot made Trump.
Well, But if he pardons him, tell me when that's done.
I know. Did you see the comments, though, that the federal judge who's overseeing Hunter Biden's tax case, he issued a 5-page document yesterday commenting about the pardon. He says the Constitution provides the president with broad authority to grant reprieves and pardons for offenses against the United States, but nowhere does the Constitution give the president the authority to rewrite history. The judge voiced the displeasure that the president alerted the judicial system of his order to pardon his son via a White House press release. He went on to say, rather than providing a true and correct copy of the pardon with the notice, Mr. Biden provided a hyperlink to a White House press release presenting a statement by the president regarding the pardon and the text of the pardon he wrote. In short, the press release is not a pardon. That's what the judge
I don't know how you can pardon somebody for something they're not convicted of.
Yeah.
And so, it's sort of like you need to go through the process and then pardon.
Right.
And that's the essence of it.
Yeah.
But I think they have to hash that out in the courts. And it'd be interesting if people bring, suit and say, no, this is incorrect.
Yeah,
it's not constitutional.
Yeah, the judge went on to say, according to the president, no reasonable person who looks at the facts of Mr. Biden's cases can reach any other conclusion than Mr. Biden was singled out only because he's the president's son. But 2 federal judges expressly rejected Biden's arguments that the government prosecuted Mr. Biden because of his relation to the president. The president's own attorney general and Department of Justice personnel oversaw the investigation leading to the charges. The judge went on to write in this 5-page document. So,
I will say that
I was singled out.
I do agree with that. I think he was singled out because the charges that were brought up were silly charges. There were a lot worse things that he did, but I don't think they could make them stick. So they kind of got these things and said, "Oh, we're going to charge him with that." Yeah. And would other people have been charged with those crimes? Probably not. So there's truth to that. But I think that what Hunter actually did and is guilty of, as far as peddling the influence of his father, the president, is what they need to kind of make stick if they can, because those are the serious crimes. Purchasing a handgun and lying about it on an application. I mean, yeah, it's a serious problem, but how many times is that prosecuted?
Oh,
and I would argue not many.
Several examples, several rappers who have, like John Hannity brought up the point yesterday. One of the Kodak like 3 years in prison for these same charges right here. Wesley Snipes, tax evasion, just like he's being charged, he had 3 years in prison. So yes, there have been people who have gone to prison with a lot of notoriety behind their names in the entertainment world. So
there you have it. Well, while we're talking about precedent, let's talk about the precedent set for quality roofing. Who set that precedent?
That would be Doug Martin.
There you go.
Junior, senior, the third, whatever it takes.
It was
the third yet, but there will be.
It was the Martins. That's right.
Yes, they've been doing roof night for over 30 years, locally owned and operated license in the state of Mississippi. And they take pride in standing behind their work from start to cleanup. And I mean, cleanup like they were never there. You got a brand new roof and they don't leak.
And that's great.
It is fantastic. Call them today for a free, I said free estimate, and they'll come and inspect your roof for damage as well.
I know the number. It's 601-485-5920.
Got it.
601-485-5920.
Steel trap.
I know it. Since I remember, once I finally learned what interstate goes through town, I'm able to remember.
59 and 20. 59 for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, call them today.
And we also got Highway 45, and you put an 8 between the 4 and the 5, you got a 485. Okay, there you go. 485-5920 to get in touch with the Martin there.
Or Stacy. She'll set up an appointment. They'll come by, inspect your roof for damage, give you a free estimate on the repair. That's the way to go. Best roofers in town. You see their signs all over the place. They're not running for office. They're just running to fix your roof.
Let me ask you guys a question. What would you rather do? Take a break or talk to a wolf?
I want to talk to a wolf.
All right, let's just talk to a wolf. Then. Let's not take a break. Let's talk to the wolf. Good morning, caller.
There he is.
There's nothing wrong with that. Talk to a roof. Wolf.
Or a roof. Wolf on a roof. Yeah.
Wolf on a roof.
Advertisement locked in his brain.
Nice. I just thought of a new mascot for Martin Roofing.
So Charles, the wife, and I were discussing the Hunter Biden and the gun charge thing. And, I completely understand that a lot of people don't tell almost about
things. It's seldom prosecuted. I don't know. You know, who knows how many times you just don't get caught, right? Okay? But when it's coming from a
The family.
member who's trying to take our guns away from us, saying guns are the problem,
Oh, come on.
then I have a real issue. Lock his butt up.
But then once again, you're supporting the argument that he was targeted because of the family name, because of what his father does.
Nah, yeah, I got you. He was targeted because he was doing a full buttload of illegal stuff.
I agree, and that's my point: is that they should get him for the real stuff that he did, not these minor charges. Because he did a lot worse stuff than that. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
No.
They got him on.
Well, you're right. I mean,
He's a perfectly fine young man. The president said so.
you're right. All right, good point. And the president, why?
Yeah, it's too bad though. His daughter isn't enough for the family though. Illegitimate daughter.
Well, I mean, all right. So did y'all hear about the
Okay.
inviting Melania to the church
Yes.
and Melania's response?
Yes.
I didn't hear about it.
What was Melania's actual official response? Besides no.
Well, her official response was, "Hell no, I'm not coming up to DC for some kid of you ladies. I've been signed a warrant to have him slipping through my panty roll."
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
There you go. Well said, I think.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
I think
and I
she
heard
would be.
Jesse Waters report. Go ahead.
I know. I think she would be a good president. I think after Trump's term, then she should run.
Or JD.
Well, you know, I think
She's not a foreign born. I don't know that she can run.
we passed that a long time ago.
Let's not
no.
revisit that. Come on. Jeez.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Back to the wolf. Oh, mercy. You got me howling over here. Good call there, my friend. What else is going on in your world today?
It is a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
We finished a crazy Tuesday yesterday.
The CT, Crazy Tuesday.
So Crazy Tuesday started off with, here comes the garbage truck. We're taking the garbage out the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear the truck come down the street, and the wife goes, "Oh, here's the garbage truck." I went, "Great." And I didn't pay much attention, didn't look what.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes later, I decided to look out and just see, and the garbage can is gone.
Hmm.
The truck ate my can.
Wow.
The truck ate your can.
I was hungry.
Well, when I called in to inquire about it, that was the description they gave me.
Now that's
They
these
said,
little
"Our truck
plastic.
ate your can."
That's these little plastic or these big plastic bins that we put our garbage in.
Fixing to say, you little not a description. Yes, the big plastic bin on the wheels. Yeah. Flips out and they hook to it and they flip it over. And
Looks like this.
yeah,
little
yeah.
Without the flags.
without the flags and
Uh-oh.
pins.
Larger.
Yeah. I got a little
There's a free Bible study class in front of Anderson's right now. If y'all need to go by.
Okay. Why don't you roll down your window? Let's listen for a while. Just kidding.
I have my faith.
There you go.
I have my faith.
Amen, brother. Keep it. Grow it.
Yep. Anywho,
So you started out Tuesday.
a few contracts.
What happened? When are they going to bring you a new trash can?
They said they're going to try to bring it by today.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll be in good shape. You'll be able to take out the garbage tonight when you get home.
Well, I know you wasn't paying attention to the start of the story, Roger. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
You can take a can by the house.
But I know
Maybe
that
it's come out of the
they'll
house.
bring you a
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
and you're going to be able to
All
take
right.
it from the kitchen like your wife so kindly asked you to do. Take it out to the garbage can.
Take garbage
I'll get
right.
I'll get to it when I'm getting ready, woman.
out.
Yeah. Hello, my friend.
Yeah.
Hello, couch. That don't work at your
One of
house.
those
Huh?
dog house mails.
Yeah, no.
Sleep there.
Boy, I tell you what, you will have to be putting the pH strips on your food.
The biggest myth ever told was on Seinfeld years ago. I said you could have hand in your marriage. You knew you don't have
Right.
hand.
That's right.
Oh, good. Well, good to hear from you, Mr. Wolf.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
all right, guys. I'm sorry to bust up the Fox News break.
Well, you just
I'll go ahead and recap from the previous hour. The Dow was split. Futures are up.
yeah.
Dow was down yesterday. NASDAQ was up. Today the futures are up.
Okay.
All
right. Good.
Pete Higstaff may or may not stay in.
Hope he does. Hope he stays in.
DeSantis taking. Yeah.
No.
Thinking about that, it's Republicans. I would think that the only reason anybody would withdraw was if Republicans felt like they were going to give them a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I look at the Senate, I look at Congress, and I look at this whole election, it's because they're tired of this any faith in their ability to choose and do, because aren't they the ones that have assisted in this gazillion $1 trillion debt we're in?
Mm. And here's the thing that everybody's talking about. Secretary of Defense, Trump wants somebody in the office that is going to have been a proven person loyal to him in the past. And, that's if some rhinos could get somebody else at that office, they could kind of maybe have a little sway against Trump policy a little bit.
Well, I'm mad, and so all these appointments have to be approved by the Senate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm mad at the Senate.
Yes.
As I have been mad at Congress for years. I think they do political roadblocks for their own egos too many dead-gum times. And
Come on.
Like you say, the establishment. I'm tired of the establishment. I want Trump's total disruption. I want him in every facet of our government. It needs to be so disruptive. This train needs to come off the track.
A true revolution. That's right.
Cars and put on there only what we need.
Come on. Come on. All right. Well, we have a guest in the studio, so we're going to have to let you go. But I'm so glad you called.
Do your thing.
All right. You do yours. I'll do mine. All right. That sounds good. All right. 601-485-9191. We will hold the call for now because we need to take a break because this lady, I'll tell you, I don't know how many lines she's got to get past security, but she's always getting past security and coming in the building. It's Beverly Knox from the Montgomery Institute. We're going to have a visit with her in just a moment because I have a feeling they're going to have a lunch here in town where you can become smarter than you are today.
Everybody needs that.
That's Faith Hill, Mississippi's own. It's probably appropriate to talk a little bit about being able to breathe because we're coming up with a visit here back at Mornings in Meridian. Roger, Rob, and Charles. And joining us, of course, is Beverly Knox from the Montgomery Institute. How you doing, Beverly?
I'm doing good. Good morning.
Good morning. You're here to talk about breathing.
Here to talk about lung cancer awareness. That's the topic of our next Lunch and Learn scheduled for December the 10th.
December the 10th. That's going to be Tuesday.
That's correct.
Oh, this coming Tuesday.
That's right.
Oh, man. December is speeding by.
It's speeding by.
And, of course, this is a provision by the Montgomery Institute to hold these luncheons.
This is correct. This is Community Health Improvement Network, CHIN, what we call it.
CHIN.
And we know that lung cancer awareness actually is celebrated in November, but because of scheduling, we had to actually celebrate it in November or focus on it in November, and the event is actually scheduled for December the 10th.
All right. So December the 10th, Lung Cancer Awareness Luncheon. To learn more, you'll have to reserve a spot, though, because they want to know how much food to prepare. So how do people say, hey, Beverly, I want to be a part of that luncheon. So what do I need to do?
Thank you for asking. The number is 601-483-2661. Call us and we'll put your name on the list. Your seat will be reserved to attend. We're looking forward to all that are interested to come.
Mm. And
North Park Church.
North Park.
North Park Church is our venue, and we'll thank them for Pastor Jim Fairtag and his congregation for allowing us to come and use that Family Life facility. It's worked out wonderfully for us.
very good. So that's the Family Life building here at the North Park Church, right on 39.
Yep.
And if you don't think that lung cancer awareness is important, just go past the church just a little ways, you're going to see a cemetery there. And that's just,
Wow.
if you don't pay attention to good, healthy lungs, that's where you're going to end up.
You're just good today. I tell you.
It's not every day.
Second cup of coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, rocking and rolling there, Beverly. But in all seriousness,
Right.
the thing that I was surprised to learn early on in my life was that lung cancer, you used to always associate that with smokers. Smokers are the ones that got lung cancer. And yes, they are very susceptible to that. And a lot of people have died who smoke and got lung cancer. But you don't have to be a smoker sometimes to be a victim of lung cancer. So it's good to be aware, as you say,
This,
because I'm just picturing people out there saying, well, I don't smoke, so I'm not going to go.
right.
But no, it's these people that don't smoke that have been, hey, doctor, found a little something in my lungs. I don't know why. I don't smoke. What happened?
Right. This is so very true, especially for those who live with smokers. Maybe early on, not knowing.
Is it a
danger.
Mississippi casino?
Okay. Not knowing that.
I'll tell you, you go down to, I was there on the coast this weekend.
Right. Well, Bill Clinton never inhaled.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I'm just saying that.
he would use that as an excuse not to go.
I don't know if
I don't inhale. I'm not
never
going.
inhaled. Okay, whatever.
Beverly, you asked for this when you
I
walked in
guess
here.
so.
Right. Yeah,
It's
that's
so
right.
morning.
Stay on target.
We'll turn the show back over to you. This is your spot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you don't smoke and you live with a smoker in places where secondhand smoke is, you can actually end up with lung cancer and not be a smoker. That's what we talked about.
Right.
And we do know that lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer death.
Hmm.
You would think maybe breast cancer, but lung cancer is. And
Isn't that
so
something?
we really want to make sure we get that word out. Dr. Asit Khan from Oshkosh Rush is our speaker, and Dr. Khan actually called us and said, "Hey, look, we want to make sure that we make people aware. This is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, as well as diabetes. I did diabetes earlier.
Right.
He wants to make sure that we get this word out. And that's important.
So free lunch, if
Mhm.
you are so inclined, it's going to be held at the North Park Church auditorium. You're welcome to come out, but you need to call 601-483-2661. That's 601-483-2661 and reserve your spot there. And you can reserve it for two people, I guess, if you want to bring somebody with you, right?
Right, husband and wife. moms and dads who do that. They live in the house with you, but we really like to hear from the person themselves because we've had people to reserve for many people, and then they don't come.
Don't do that.
No.
Yes.
In fact, here's what I'm going to do, Beverly. I want you to personally bring me a list of all those who make reservations and don't show. That is so rude.
Oh,
So you bring me that list, and I'm not going to say how, but I'll take care of that.
We're announcing our names on the air.
Well, for us as a nonprofit, it's important because we're buying food based upon the
Right.
people that's on the
See,
list.
that's a waste. And so, folks, come on
We
now.
want to make sure that we are good stewards of
Don't be those people. Don't be those people.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, I can be the tough guy. You got to be nice because you're doing this whole program. I can come on the other side and you bring me the next. Yeah. I know people.
Yeah, I know you do. So we want to make sure that all those that want to come will be there and learn more about healthy lungs and making sure we're in environments where our lungs are safe. And we need our lungs, of course, in order to breathe.
Well, there's just a simple process that takes in oxygen and converts it, takes it into the bloodstream, and then it reduces the carbon. Is it monoxide or carbon monoxide? Carbon dioxide. It's the two.
Monoxide, I think, from cars.
And
well, that's the thing that causes lung cancer. Exhaust.
We also want to make sure that we point out that anytime that you're not smoking, your lung is, healing itself. And so we want to make sure that we encourage people to quit. And that's not only smoking, it's also vaping.
Okay, right?
Not at all.
I can suck this foreign object into my lungs and be okay, right? Right?
Not at all. So it's important that we understand that and that we are doing everything that we can to make sure that we are decreasing that risk of developing lung cancer.
And so you've already learned something, folks, and this is just a tip of the iceberg. What you learn by going to this luncheon is that if you will stop harming your body is smart enough to start healing itself.
We serve
Don't
an
think
awesome
it's too
God.
late. Amen. Come on. Preach it.
And that's what's so good about it.
All right. Well, that's the Lunch and Learn, sponsored by the Montgomery Institute. It's going to be at North Park. It's going to be Tuesday the 10th. Call 601-483-2661. Get your reservation and tell Beverly hi. And if you make the reservation, don't be a no-show because I'm going to get your name. Yep. I'm going to come see you. Yep.
I think you're a new partner.
Yeah. I'm
enforcer. Yeah. I didn't want to go.
Hey, I hear you're wasting money at Montgomery Institute. Yeah, we're going to talk to you about that waste.
Right.
No, I'm sorry.
Look up.
Thank you.
Just trying to make it a little fun here for us this morning.
Right.
Have you had a good time here this morning?
I've had a great time. Always have a good time.
Why don't you come back next week?
Well, I don't know if it'll be next week, but as soon as Rochelle puts me on the books, I'll be here.
Well,
Rochelle.
Well, let me just tell you. Let me tell you your schedule. Let's see here. We've got you on today, and then I think you're going to be on. Well, that's going to be what's Wednesday. You're going to be here on the. No. Okay. I guess this is it. Until the next schedule. I thought she had you down for another time this month.
No.
Well,
this is our last learn for the year.
You're welcome to come back.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. We'll be
fine.
looking at healthy eating habits, healthy health habits in January. And then, of course, in February, we'll do heart health.
All right.
So we're looking forward to the new year of 2025.
Well, they Premier Paint and Body Shop, they think that lungs are so important. When they're spraying and painting a car, working back there on those cars, they even put a mask on. One of those big fancy ones that kind of cleans the air. It's not like a coat. No. We're talking about a serious paint mask.
Right.
Because they want to protect their lungs while they're working at Premier Paint and Body Shop.
While they provide you the best auto body work and body paint jobs. And they've been doing that for over 30 years, over 90 years combined experience among that hard working, dedicated staff led by Ty Booker. And of course, they'll give you a free estimate. They'll work with your insurance company and they'll give you a lifetime warranty on all their work. No job is too small or too large. And the results like new. They're conveniently located right next to Johnson Dodge on Highway 39 North. Give them a call, 614-828-PAINT. They're open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Premier Body is the premier paint and body shop here in town.
All right. Well, there you go. Beverly Knox, Montgomery Institute.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Come back and see us.
we will.
And we'll tell security just to, let you in without you having to fight your way in. All right. We'll be back with more of Morning with Meridian after this break. Stay with us, folks. Don't go away. Voice there. Shimmy down the chimney, she says. So glad you're out there, folks. It's Morning at Meridian. Roger on with Rob today. And also, don't forget Charles Frazier's in there. Don't forget him. All righty.
Real quick, guys. Pete Hegseth just got to the Capitol meet with senators. Reporters asking about what's going on. If he's still in this. He spoke to Trump this morning, and he said, Trump said, keep going, keep fighting. So all these stories, all these stories coming out.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's one thing. There you go there, Mr. Graham.
He says, not cases.
Put that in your pipe.
Said, you're not withdrawing your name. He said, we're meeting with senators all day.
Yeah.
So,
that sounds like a fun day.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
A meeting with senators.
I think South Carolina might be in a little danger there, getting some nice things for their district.
Cut off.
Anyway, well, there you go. There, I'll tell you what. We say don't forget things. How about don't forget where to get good business machines like Purvis business machines?
The only place to get your business machines is Purvis, and of course they've been doing that since 1979. 45 years of business. They have leaf print color copies. You can save up to 85% on those. They will install them, connect them to all your devices. It's seamless, and that's the big thing: is connectivity, having everything connected to that printer, scanner, copier. All you got to do is call them 601-693-COPY or go to their website, gopurvis.com, or better yet, go see them in their showroom, 4505 Highway 39 North. What I really like about Purvis is their service. Service and Purvis almost rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
And their motto, service and not excuses, since 1979. That's how long they've been doing it. Good folks over there at Purvis, all of your business machine needs.
All right. Well, that takes care of us for today, folks. I tell you what, here's what you do. Let's just say God bless. My locals. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.